Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. We're here with our amazing friends from Amart, Sleeq, and of course, my business partner to talk about all things technology and the retail industry, of course. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Annie. I am the Direct Marketing Manager at Amart, which is an Australian furniture retailer.
G'day, everybody. I'm Jacob, a partner at Sleeq, looking after the digital strategy and innovation arm.
And I'm Robin, Leonard, partner at Xenai Digital, working with Jacob here and Annie.
We'll get into the reason why you guys are here.
Please tell us.
It's a big surprise.
Not just because I dragged you. Annie, can you please share what has really changed in the furniture industry for the last maybe a couple of years from your perspective?
So the Australian furniture industry has changed quite a lot over the last few years. There's a lot of digitally native players in the market that went around a few years ago, which is really changing how people are purchasing furniture and people's trust in buying furniture online, where it goes without saying we're a high consideration category. So people are researching for quite a long time before they're going in store to purchase, perhaps. They're comparing spec sizes, delivery times. So the clarity, the consistency, and that web experience is pivotal these days. It's not just about the in-store experience, which it used to be a lot more about. Because these digital players are also in the market now, there are some incredible AI tools that they have at their disposal, like augmented reality, AI photo generation. So customers expect a whole new level of interacting with the website, and it's really become the first salesperson that a customer will interact with before they're going in store. For Amart, in store is still number one. So we are going through a process of balancing how that looks. Also, just in the wider environment, economic volatility is always going to be a huge one. The past few years has seen big changes with interest rates, which is going to affect how people are purchasing, the value that they're willing to spend. But they're also really making those considered decisions. They're not just restyling just because they want to. So yeah, those are probably the key things.
So they're more conservative. So obviously the economic volatility and competitive pressure, and obviously the technological revolution that has happened, right? So what was the approach that you guys took considering all of these challenges you're facing?
Yeah, we had to look at our wider enterprise infrastructure to see what our tech stack needed to look like. But my world is all marketing technology. So I'll just come at it from that perspective. Because there's a lot of these pure plays in market, they don't have a lot of the legacy tech debt that we have. So they natively had those behavior intent signals on the website to be able to talk to customers at the right time with the right product recommendations. So we really needed to level up in what our MarTech stack looked like. We needed to clean up old data, but a big challenge for us will always be offline to online. Pure play in market will have all those behavior signals because everything's online, whereas we are still balancing that offline to online. We might not always know who the customer is. So that's, a huge challenge that we're working through currently.
Awesome. Jacob, can you please share from your perspective, when you first met Annie's team, what was the mandate?
Oh, my word. Apart from it being lovely, meeting them, obviously, it was looking at the disconnected systems currently basically they had legacy systems that was in place, legacy processes. Definitely there were growth in some places and adoption of new technology. But again, legacy disconnected, the disconnection between those. And then looking at a strategy of how we can get those systems connected with one another. I know we've spoken about this the other day about stitching identities across platforms and channels. I think that was one of the big challenges as well. And then with that as well as modernizing the tech stack across stores and online.
Yeah. Modernizing, what does that actually mean? So unifying the data, it sounds like from what it is. You mentioned a lot of the players are digitally native. So that was really important to be able to catch up to those digital native competitors. What does that actually mean in modernizing from your perspective? So bringing in Salesforce, can you please talk more?
Yeah, it's definitely not the mechanical cash registers. They were already digital, so the in-house developed software. Obviously with those, there's quite a lot of costs that customers incur. And off-the-shelf products just provide much more capability out there, as well as it fits into that strategy of having a connected system across platforms. So we are using Salesforce as the customer engagement platform across all channels and services and sales, but extending that with some of our partner products out there. We have considered a few commerce products, but has gone to market with a product called Store Connect. They do provide a point of sale as well as a commerce an e-com platform, which is completely connected across all channels.
The lifeblood of all of that is making sure that the unified data is in a secured platform like Salesforce. And what was the unifying tool that you used?
I think as a first step, we established a customer model that works. It being there in some form before. But we are going to utilize Data Cloud to bring those data points together into a unified model.
And now that you have these platforms in place, what is really the power that it's creating for the business?
Yeah, we have been using Marketing Cloud and Marketing Cloud personalization for quite some time. So we aren't new to the Salesforce one. I think the biggest difference is having that unified profile means that we can unlock a whole lot more than we've been able to before. We have definitely made huge strides with the MarTech stack that we have, but now we can really optimize and we can develop more, moments that matter to the customer. We can capture, or soon we will be able to, but we're already starting. We can capture more intent from the website and then really act on that within my channels of email, SMS, web push, whatever it might be, to talk to those customers when they are in market. Because as soon as we know that they have intent to convert, we really need to optimize the experience to what products they're looking at or what category they're looking at. Furniture has quite complicated, is a complicated vertical because some SKUs will convert online, some SKUs will convert more in store. And then we also have an online exclusive range as well. So we need to be able to tailor our marketing depending on what they're in the market for. So these advancements in our MarTech stack and our overall customer model will just get us to the next level of talking to the customers in the way that they want, showing them what they want to see, and just delivering less messages in terms of volume, but better messages. It's a noisy market out there. Just finishing Black Friday, everyone knows how intense inboxes, even just SMS marketing got. So it will allow us to really get that cut through moving forward.
Robin, from your perspective, what was the strategy behind all of the things that they're able to do now?
I think these guys were very pragmatic, and you actually had your Salesforce set up very well for the way it was set up. It wasn't, I think you're probably a victim of doing it too early and being an early adopter on using Marketing Cloud and personalization, because it's actually got a lot more data than most customers put into it. And there was quite a mature strategy already. So I think the next move is to bring in a wider ecosystem of data, and it's to build it on a modern platform that's going to be around for 10 years that you can move into and expand on. So I think it's like you guys were actually very advanced already. What we added on it wasn't new. It was like we talked about the customer lifetime value and started to segment, but you already intuitively knew that stuff already. I think we just provided a framework for you to be able to measure and plan and prioritize. But Amart was very mature when we first came into them. But ready for change.
Also cement the vision that we're working towards and have a real strategy that the whole team can work towards and really get that onto paper, because then we can bring the rest of the business along that journey where we have someone that can guide us, and it's really good.
Unify the team, not just the data. Exactly. Sometimes it's really important to have an external resource to validate, right? And rally the team together to one vision.
Definitely,
I think also the connection with Jacob as well, because Jacob's on behalf of IT, fixing all the underlying data, getting it all together. And I think I've got the bridge between Jacob and the marketing team as well. So it's like we're all talking to each other as opposed to T and marketing not talking.
Yeah, but with that said as well, you mentioned bringing the team together. It's not always that external and internal really get along well. Yeah. So I think it's your hats off to Amart and the company themselves and the team there it's a two-way street.
Yeah, absolutely. And we always think about the technology, we think about the data, but we've been in this industry for a very long time. And really the differentiator is how the team are working together internally before they even bring us to the transformation work. So how did you get the team to rally behind this, I guess, very difficult transformation?
We're still in the process. I have had incredible Salesforce mentors in my past and how I learned Salesforce. So I think that is also imperative to passing that on to other team members. Salesforce as a community in Brisbane I'm from Brisbane, just context, is a lot smaller than the Sydney Salesforce community. It's far less talent in market for Salesforce specialized staff members. So I think you need to find, number one, the right attitude in people to then people can learn anything.
Yes.
Like people can learn a platform. I learned Salesforce literally from Trailheads. So people can learn anything. So I think firstly, just upskilling on like the Salesforce ecosystem, but everything's just about attitude. If you have a team that has a real hunger to make things better for the company that you're working for, that will just come naturally as well. Also, we're at a pivotal time in the MarTech world of a lot of change, but it's a lot of exciting change. Yeah. And I find that people in MarTech are pretty passionate about what we do and passionate about the future. And to be honest, it's a pretty cool industry to be in at the moment. Yeah. So just naturally, if people are passionate about that, they're going to be eager to learn and come along the journey with you. But it does take time, especially getting wider business buy-in, which is the process that we're going through at the moment. It takes a lot of education. It takes a lot of working with partners to be able to get that vision onto paper. Yes. I'm learning that it's very complicated and there's going to be a lot of roadblocks. So it's also pivoting where you need and having the right partners to guide you and ask all the questions on your behalf.
It's really important what you said. Like you can learn anything. You learned it through Trailhead, and here you are working with one of the largest brands, talking about the best innovation any companies can get into. So I'm just grateful that you're sharing that, and it's a good way for a lot of women to be inspired to jump in, right? And really join the bandwagon. Yeah.
I think there's something special about Annie, which not many
she
people
is
know.
so special, honestly.
She actually is hands-on with Marketing Cloud. So she knows how to use Marketing Cloud personalization, which very few people are competent to do.
Kind of.
Good enough, yeah.
Good enough.
And also AMP script and SQL, it's very impressive.
So Robin, as a consultant, that's either makes your life easier or difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it sounds like you have your foundations right. You're doing all the right things. You guys have the vision. You have the team rallied behind you. Let's talk about being an agentic enterprise. Is this top of mind for Amart?
It's definitely the future and something that we're working towards. We need to get the data foundations to begin with, and we need to get our MarTech stack clean and going in the right direction before we can really add on any of those agentic features that Salesforce refer to now. But that doesn't mean that we aren't already using some AI powered features within Salesforce already. Send time optimization or things through MCP with optimization using their Einstein features. So we already are using that in a way. And then different to that, but we use ChatGPT a lot just for content idea generation, subject line idea generation, whatever it might be. So we're definitely thinking about it because obviously with the likes of ChatGPT, it only has a small bit of the picture. Whereas if you bring it within Salesforce or whatever MarTech stack you're using, it has the whole picture. It has all the customer data. It's secure. You don't have to worry about all the trust and the privacy things with ChatGPT. So we're definitely thinking about the future. It will be so much more powerful once it's all together. Also, because we're a small team, having an agentic enterprise or agentic MarTech stack, it will be huge for us just because we are a small team. We need to be able to amplify our skills and amplify our knowledge and make everything faster. Customers have high expectations. So we need to really leverage the technology at our disposal. Also, it's the future.
It is.
Even having those conversations now are really exciting. It lets us see where we could go and work towards that. But we're just at the stage of unifying our data first. There's lots of shiny tools in market, and we always get told about Williams-Sonoma overseas who are doing really cool stuff. And sure, that would be great, but there's so many use cases before that, even if it's just journey optimizations. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely something we're thinking about and working towards, but still focusing on the business problem that is most impactful, right? Yeah, because we want to be able to prove ROI as we go through that journey. There's no point just chasing the next new shiny toy if we can't prove why we're doing things along the way. So the biggest impacts are just going to be optimizing our customer signals and intent, and creating rich segments without spending hours and hours writing SQL code, which sometimes we don't have the time to do. Sometimes it's not going to be the biggest business priority to get that done. And so it gets put on the back burner a little bit until we have the time. So yeah, it's proving ROI, really getting into segmentation first and the things that will prove business impact, leveraging all of those agentic capabilities. Wonderful. From both of your perspective, what is the best practice advice that you can give enterprise customers like Amart, who has gone through the transition of being from a legacy system, as you mentioned, to getting to autonomous agentic enterprise? What did you both see being in the front seat? What they did best?
Hired you.
I was going to say, hired you.
The romance.
No, apart from that.
I thought you were just going to end there.
Mic drop.
I feel like we have to say something else. No, I think they took the step to start with, right? Is irrelevant of the awesome consultants that you can obviously get, but some organizations just don't take that step.
Yes.
And I think also Amart realized that they don't need to leap in order to make a change or a difference, but they are also very brave because they're taking on quite a lot.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's great. It shows good character, good ambitions and all that from an organization. And if I was an employee of Amart, I would be proud.
Oh, that's really
that's so
good.
nice.
But it goes back to what you said. It's the attitude. It's not even about the technology or the data, the complexities of all that. It's really the willingness, right? Willingness to be able to just jump in and do the shift. Because we always hear that enterprise customers are just so bogged down with the complexities of that change. I think everyone's fearful about the change. Robert?
Yeah, I mean, it's the braveness, it's
courage.
The courage, thank you. It's the courage to move. Because while it's a big change, it's actually a massive change. Like they're changing their POS, they're changing their e-commerce, they're changing how their CRM has data in it and how they service their customers. They're changing their marketing automation tech stack. Like it's a full digital transformation in 12 months. So it's an incredible change, but from my perspective as a marketer, I don't care which middleware we use or which data warehouse we use. I don't care about that stuff. I just need trusted data that it's good enough to use, and I need the tools to do my job. And I think that's what this enables. But often companies will jump at the MarTech and be like, I need the cool tools, but they won't fix the underlying issues, which is like, how does POS connect to e-commerce, which connects to our ERP? All of those things are fundamental for marketers to do our job. And it's so common where we're blocked in marketing because we're just like, we just can't get that data. So I think this foundational change, it's not sexy, it's boring as hell to me, but it's the key change that we need to get done to do our jobs.
100%. Look, I know Max Verstappen is not, he's like almost there, or there's a big competition going on, but marketing and the business is Max. And then you've got the supporting team, the engineers, the mechanics, or whoever is looking after the car, making things happen. And that's how it should be.
Great. Final advice for business leaders in your industry or any other business. Can you please give your advice?
Yeah, for sure. I think just starting the conversations early, bringing everyone along the journey with you, educating everyone as you go. Also, as we've mentioned before, not chasing all the shiny new features, get the basics right first, even if it's just getting a basic journey right first, even if it's as simple as that, some sort of life cycle, personalized communications will pay off in the long run. So start small. Also, customer trust is really important. So no matter what changes you are making throughout your MarTech stack or your customer flows, just making sure that the trust and the transparency with your customers remains. We're obviously going through huge changes on our side. So one thing that we're always focusing on is that our customers' data will be protected. There's trust and transparency in their web browsing activity. So yeah, always focusing on the customer at the end of the day and what is best for them.
Wonderful. From your perspective, Jacob?
I think I'm going to hand this one over to you first.
I think looking at people like Annie, these are the companies that are successful and they've got trailblazers in their business that are actually like passionate about learning. Because I've seen customers where they just don't have the Annie and they really struggle with the technology change. It's difficult. They find it's just a negative experience for everyone. So I think just learning and having a good attitude is the key thing to take away.
And finding partners that share that attitude. Actually, that's another thing, because we, I feel, from my personal opinion, have quite like an open line of communication. We trust you guys and I feel like we're pretty transparent. So I just feel like it helps all knowing that we're working towards the same goal. If you have partners that don't align with how you work, with your vision, whatever it might be, obviously it might not end super well. So just finding the right partner has been a game changer, even though it hasn't been that long.
Identify those in your teams, because it's all about the people that works with you, right? Not talking about the partners, but internally. When you do these change, consider them and consider those champions and bring them along with you on the journey. I used to be an internal team member myself as well. And when we did, so full-time employee at a large company, they would bring in consultants. They would put the internal teams aside and let consultants do it. No, don't do that, because IP leaves the door. Bring your teams in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about internal capability. It can't be about
100%.
partners.
Yeah. The true partner leaves a legacy behind.
Nice. Wow. Thank you so much, Annie. It's been such a delight to hear from you. And thank you for sharing generously your experience, your expertise, and insights. I think it's going to be very inspirational for a lot of business leaders and also for a lot of women. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you,
Thank you for having us. Yeah, please do come again.